what's your orientation to prayer? Right? When you hear that word prayer, what comes to mind? What do you think prayer is? You know, I've been sitting with this, not this specific question, but just with this larger walk of faith. And for me, so much of this work is about learning to just be with God, right? Unlearning all the messages that we picked up and then conditioned to believe as humans around what really matters, right? We focus on the tangible outcome. We focus on doing, and that's how we please God, or that's how we make impact. But actually, when we look at the message of Jesus, it's radically different than where we place value in today's day and age. It's not on the doing, it's not on the building, it's on the being. It's a communion, it's a oneness with God. And you know, when we think about, I was reflecting on what from 1 Thessalonians, where Paul says, pray without ceasing. What does that really mean? And so for me, that really means just develop a life where you are in constant communion with God, where it's not just this time of, oh, well, now I'm spending to sit down and be with God. No, but what does it look like to really look at prayer as something as just as second nature as breathing is, right? And really live just this integrated life with the Spirit. And so then I open to today's devotions, and it's building upon the same message. And the theme is greater works, and it's pulling from John 14:12 that says, they will do even greater things than these because I am going to the Father. And it goes on to say how prayer doesn't prepare us for the greater work, but prayer is the greater work. We think of prayer as a common sense exercise of our power, of our higher powers. We think of it as something that gets us ready to work with God, right? We say, God, give me grace, give me peace, give me ease, like he's preparing us. But it says, in the teaching of Jesus Christ, prayer is the miracle of the redemption at work in me. It's a miracle by which the power of God produces the miracle of redemption in others. John 15:16 says, I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit that will last. It says, it's true that my prayer produces lasting fruit, but I must remember that it is a prayer based on the agony of the redemption, not on my agony, right? Prayer doesn't prepare us for the battle. Prayer is the battle.